what would maybe maybe two or three things be that would enable us to either reduce the load or, really be a simple, practical way of adding support? Put you on the spot.
Okay, you put me on the spot. So I personally suffer from inability to say no. Um, so I guess that's admitting to arrogance. I quite often examine why. I actually quite cannot allow myself a permission to no, say a no. And I even in my priorities, it's just all the time at the same time, burning with the same fire. I think it's really hard. Now I realize that I do, and this is what I started recently doing. So work often bleeds after the work hours.
Mhm.
And I find myself really performing in the mediocre level, honestly, because of this quite often. And so I consciously now stop, although I can see the to-do list, like literally
Yeah.
I can visualize, I literally, like, now, and the work is done. You don't have to do anything. Like, that's it. You just have to separate. So the first thing I'm habitualing myself that that's it. That's a time that you have to look for something else. So if the family is there, if my husband is there, Anna, I now have to fill it in with something to do with them, something to do with health, something to do with relaxation, so I literally have to consciously now practice this. What I love, and I mean, this came up quite recently, thanks to you guys, we were talking about, is that I'm doing it at a time of peace. So there's nothing pressing right now, and I have enough space to practice this habit where it's going to come to use when things are really going
I like
out
that.
of whack. So I think I made a mistake to learn to swim when I'm thrown in the water, and drowning there. I think it's much better to when I'm really refreshed and I don't feel pressure to learn some of these skills. So it's no, and really structuring my day. So, and repeating, because to-do list always comes back. I mean, there's never, that to-do list is a bottomless
Yeah.
list. It's just,
Life is
it's,
relentless.
yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
just keeps adding. So nothing today I do will prevent another thing to come. So I'm not sure what I'm buying myself apart from more and more tiredness.
Mm.
And so, yeah. So I don't know if that answers,
Yeah,
but
I think that's great. In many respects, say no to the things that you need to in order to refresh, and you listed a couple of extra things to do in there. I think it's
I
important
do
to
love your questions that you gave us during the talk
on
the
that
other day.
talk.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Let's
it
discuss that
echoes
next time.
so
Well,
strong
in the next
now.
call, let's focus on that. I will focus in on that
Yeah, I
particular
love
one.
them. I just love them.
And then I think it's helpful to recognize again that fatigue is a big deal. Fatigue cannot be underestimated. It impacts on every facet. And in that
Yes.
in that call, I said it's mental, it's emotional, it's physical, it's social, it's environmental, and it's spiritual.